Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Live with Lutfur. Let's wait to join our all the viewers. Then we'll start our the regular program. As you guys know, like this episode, we are the have discussed different topic. Every live is a different topic, and we try to ask the uh, answer different questions. We go from our emails, our different inbox, and we discuss some important updates about the immigrations and work permit. So each and every live is different, among each and every question is different, and we try to answer all the questions, and this episode will be same. So in the last episode we got so many feedback and so many the world wish, and it going to so many view. We are thank you for all your support and love, and please share this live to so your friends and family, they also can get the right information. And we are just started the live, and questions is keep coming. So yeah, let's start. So I'll ask the first questions to Mr. Luftur. I already got so many questions in my phone, and I'll ask one by one. As you guys know, like the QA session is the last part of our live with Lutfur Rahman, and you can ask your all the questions. We'll show in your pop up on our screen, and we answer all the questions in later the QA session. So I want to know, Mr. Luftur, what is the recent the update about immigrations? Is there any important update you like to share with our audience?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Ifti. Thank you. I hope everybody is enjoying the coronation week. And as you know, once in a lifetime, because lots of us haven't seen the last coronation, which was happened in 1953. So lots of people, maybe even born at that time. So we lucky that we saw yesterday the coronation. So obviously this is a constitutional things, and this is a British constitution. Obviously, every country like our Bangladesh, maybe the president is a ceremonial power in this country. The king is like a head of state. Although it's a hereditary by birth, but still is like a ceremonial power, nothing else. And I'm sure everybody watched the program yesterday, and extra bank holiday is coming tomorrow, and everybody will enjoy. So why everybody's enjoying the bank holiday? Let's, as promised, I comes on every 2 weeks, every fortnight on Sunday. Lots of actually guests in my house, but I come upstairs just to talk to the people because I want. I know I can't answer every question people ask me over the phone during the last 2 weeks, and lots of call come from actually from Bangladesh, and I'm sorry, actually I can't answer every question, every phone I can't actually respond because I've got so many things to do, especially in here my existing clients and my other commitments. So that's why I don't know. I can't answer. But that's why we dedicated this program so that I can answer. I dedicated 1 hour for all of you so that you can ask any question in here and I'll try to answer. And that's my main aim is. So regarding the update, obviously, is immigration is keep changing. Is something is new illegal immigration bill is coming, which is obviously the different things is for the asylum seekers, people who come to seek asylum, is getting tighter. If you come as illegal and then whatever through, you can't claim asylum. So there's a lots of changes coming into this domain.
Okay.
But as our subject is always work permit, skilled worker, so in terms of skilled worker, we are specialized, and we talk about the all the business immigration route. And in terms of business immigration route, last 2 weeks ago we have discussed about um, UK expansion scheme, which is, and also one of the video we I think you have done, Mr. Ifti, that you can come to the UK without IELTS, and that hits lots of view, and lots of people are
Okay.
asking me how we can come to the UK, because IELTS is one of the fundamental requirement to come to the UK as a skilled worker. So people want, and lots of people are businessmen in the back home. They want to come as a to open up a business here. So those sort of question. But to me, one of the most important questions that you can come as a businessman to open a branch. So you cannot come to open something new business. This is first thing. So that means you have to have a business back home, uh, running good business. So an affordable business that you can afford a branch in the UK. It's not like, okay, I've got some money, I've got 200,000 pound in my bank statement, I want to open a branch over there. No. You say, imagine if you have like 10, 15 restaurant back home in Bangladesh, and then you want to open a branch of restaurant here, is fine. Or you got a big business, like some clients said, I've got a telephone business, mobile technology. I've got 10 shop. I want to open one shop here. Then you can come. Then other things. So opening a branch to overseas is not easy decision. It's a big decision. And if you want to make this decision, then you can come without IELTS. But negative side of these things is, which is this business expansion scheme does not lead to settlement. So even if you come to the UK to open a branch here, then you can come, but this is a temporary visa for 2 years or maximum 5 years you can stay to run your business, but you cannot settle using this visa. So end of the day you can come here. Then if you switch to skilled worker visa, which is, then you can come, you can settle in the UK after completing 5 years as a skilled worker. So there are two distinctions. So IELTS, without IELTS is a mechanism to come to the UK to expand the scheme, to open a business. It's a good thing, because some people want to come to entrepreneur scheme, but this is a difficult entrepreneur. You know why? Because it has to be a unique business, scalable business, and it has to be endorsed by a endorsement company, which is approved by the home office. So it's very difficult to, I mean, get it. So that's why I think global expansion is not difficult. If somebody has a running business back home, it's Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Dubai, wherever it is. If good berry business, and they actually really want to open a branch here, then those people can be helped, and we can do this. And two people come, they can bring their family, and in that case, English is not required to come to the UK. So this is called global expansion scheme, and so that's the difference between global expansion scheme and the skilled worker. If somebody want to come as a skilled worker, first thing they have to find an employer who has got a sponsor license. That's the most important thing. Lots of people, like today, maybe some question ask, do you have a job? Do you have I want to come as a care visa. Can you help me out? But thing is this, I can't, because I am not an employer. I am a lawyer. I advise employer how to get the sponsor license. Then if the employer want to bring you, I can assist you how to come here. I can assist you how to get your sponsorship done by the employer. So if you are looking for an employer, please find any employer in the UK, find a job from this employer, and then you can take this employer to me. Then I can help this employer how to get the sponsor license if they don't have the license already. If they have a license, I can help them how to get, how to recruit you, and things like, so what's the requirement you need to show to the home office, and the salary and job description. This is, I can help you out, but I can't give you a job because I'm a lawyer. So please, if anybody call me, I know lots of call, 70-80% calls come to me. Please help me, I want to go to the as a carer. Please help me, I'm an IT expert, help me out. But I can't do this. I can only help you what sort of requirement you need to come to the UK, IELTS, other things, or even like, if you have an employer who doesn't have a license, I can help you out. So if any employer listening to me, please ask me any question which I can help you how to get the sponsor license. If employee have an employer, and if your employer doesn't have a license, ask me any question. I can help you out how to get this employer to get a sponsor license. So this is the most fundamental difference between, your question and answer. I know most of the question comes up, like 80% question comes to me over the last 2 weeks, from one program to another, and even the Facebook. Please, I want to come, help me out. So please, I mean, I can't help these regards, but please find an employer. I can help you out through this employer to bring you in. So that's my advice would be for global expansion. for skilled worker and other route. So I hope, Safety, if you have anything, you can ask me as well. I mean,
Okay. Next questions. The last episode we discussed about the care worker, because there's so many people are still concerned, as we discussed, like it's see a work permit for carer is not changing, is not registered, nothing. But some people are keep asking the same questions. So I think it would be good to will if you discuss it again, like. Is the care worker is stopping, is the red list, what is the update about the red list, and what is the future about the care worker visa? This is one
yeah.
question. If you ask, then I have another three questions regarding the work permit.
Okay. So carer worker again. I've got so many question comes up. Some people ask me, is it already closed, or when it going to be closed? Carer. Actually, care visa. Carer is a business, and a care business either could be a domiciliary care or is a residential care home, and a care business. There are lots of staff position is there: senior carer, carer. Even a carer can bring HR, even a carer bring admin staff, admin mean manager, something like this. Lots of people in a care business they can bring. Even I found one carer actually even recruit a chef for to cater the staff, I mean, who are there. So first of all, carer, whoever is it, they must have a license to need a staff, and they can. Why last 2 years or last 1 year, carer was popular to everybody? Because government added one SOC code, which is 614, which is it's called carer. It's a very below level 3 position, but government brought this SOC code under shortage occupation list, not under eligible occupation code, because eligible occupation code is all the code which is 6 to 3. So anything six, RQF level 6 or 4 or 5 or 3 is eligible, automatically eligible for the work permit. So if anything below level 3 is not eligible, such as cook, such as kitchen porter, it's not possible. Such as cleaner, it's not possible. Such as waiter, it's not possible, because government regard those position below level 3. Same as carer was 1 year ago was not possible. This SOC code was below level 3. What government did, government brought this code under shortage occupation list, that made it possible to apply for the skill worker. And that's what is ongoing until today. Lots of people call me and said, even the lawyer, some lawyer even called me and said, oh, carer is not on the eligible occupation code. I checked today, it's not there, it's not eligible. Is it closed? I said, no, don't see this one. Check it out, shortage occupation list. If the government update their shortage occupation list and say carer is no longer under shortage occupation list, then you cannot come. So good news is it's still on under shortage occupation list, and it will be on, because this was a pilot scheme. And if anything closed down, government will give you advance notice at least 3 months ago that this position would not be any longer under shortage occupation list. Then you will know, will also explain that this is not under shortage, so it's not going to be closed, it's on. One thing. Second, regarding red list, I always say that red list is obviously for the recruitment agency, not for the private employer. If the employer wants to hire any employee directly from anywhere in the world, they can do this. So using this route, lots of Bangladeshi people came to the UK over the last year under carer position. Now when they come, they are not getting the right job. That's the another biggest problem. Because what happened, even to me, I know so many employers, they said they need staff and we assist them and we brought them in, and lots of people are now could not find enough job, because the employer promise they will find a 40 hours job per week according to contract. But the problem is, lots of employer, with the expectation that they think if they have a staff, they will have enough patient, will have enough hour which they can feed to the employee. But unfortunately, the employer is not getting enough patient, not getting the people who are bringing in. That's why they could not provide enough hour to the employee. So the employee is frustrated in this regard. Another employee is frustrated because they are not actually good at English as expected to talk to the patient. Because
Okay.
lots of people coming. Yeah, this lots of people coming like IELTS 4, 4.5 on speaking, which is not good enough to communicate with a patient, because British accent, British patient, to talk to them requires high standard, high experience. So it's not like, okay, just I come and employer has to give me a job. It's not like this. So this is another issue. Even though you come, even the employer wants have a patient, they have a patient, they have an hour, but they could not take a risk to put you to the patient. So you have to understand this situation as well. So either way, either you might not be expert, or employer, you are expert, employer don't have enough hour, so you are losing your potential 40 hours, and you are worried what would happen in near future when I apply for settlement. This is the biggest concern
Yeah,
of
it's concerning.
every care workers at the moment, who are not getting enough hour. And that's what I created a interview, which is you did it over the last 2 weeks ago, and it was lots of people is viewing is crazy, and lots of people are saying it. But I want to assure you again, some people will ask you, how do you know that home office might consider this situation that I'm not getting for 40 hours? I want to tell you, I've got experience over the last 20 years, and I done so many people's indefinite leave to remain after completing. This is not nothing new to me. 2009, people came as a work point holder. 2014, they completed their 5 years. I applied them for indefinite leave to remain. Some people came 2012. They completed their 5 year. 2017. I also helped them. Some people came 2014, completed 2019. I also helped them. So I know how it works. End of the 5 years, when we apply for indefinite leave to remain in the UK, all you need just 1 month pay slips and letter from your current employer where your work permit is, that your job is permanent and your job will continue to this employer if you get indefinite leave to remain. This letter and this last month pay slip is enough for the Home Office to make you eligible to apply for indefinite leave to remain in the UK, provided you've been in the UK for last 5 years and have not left this country more than 6 months of every year. So if you meet this requirement, generally you'll get indefinite leave to remain in there. Sometimes, some cases, Home Office ask you 5P60 of you. Then they might picked up that one of the year, maybe very first year, you got less hour. So they might say, okay, on your first year you got less, you didn't earn 21,000, you earn less than 21,000, you earn maybe 10,000. So where is your 11,000? Then you can answer very clearly, look, this is not my problem, because I was there, employer did not give me enough hour. That's why. Because Home Office did not revoke the license. This is not your fault. If the employer does not make did not give you 40 hours, for this reason alone, employer license could get suspended and could get revoked. And if the license get revoked, then you will get a 60 days later, then you will find another employer. So don't, as I said, don't be frustrated, don't be upset that, okay, everything is going destroyed because I might not get settlement. One thing. Second is, even if you got lost 1 hour, 1 year, second year, if you change your employer, still then you can stay for 5 years and you can apply for settlement. So nothing. Say, imagine if you finish your 5 years with three employer. So one employer 1 year, then you change your employer, go to another employer, licensed employer, done 2 years, then you change another employer, go to another employer, with using 4 or 5 employers, sponsor license employer. Once you complete your 5 years duration, then you can apply for settlement in this country. And then all you need to show them, yes, I've been in the UK for last 5 years as skilled worker, then you will be eligible for apply for indefinite leave to remain in the UK. So therefore, don't be scared until and unless your employer who brought you in into the UK, until and unless their license gets suspended or revoked, your position is legal. And one more advice also to all employee, please try to get shadowing, try to get experience, and apply to different employer who might need you, and they can take you in. And once you change the employer, that's fine, then you'll get more hour, then you can continue. So that's why, don't be frustrated, try to find another employer. Some employer even don't bother to bring from overseas, but if you are in the UK and experienced staff, they'll take you in. And if they take you in, then it's okay if your time starts. So that's the way you carry on. I know everybody is frustrated. I know lots of carer
Yeah.
are in a difficult situation, not getting enough hour. But please, please, and until and unless your license, your employer license got suspended or revoked, you are okay. And try to find another employer who got more hour, and try to change the employer, which is possible. And another question, lots of people ask me, oh, maybe I can work in a restaurant if those employer can take me. No, as a carer, you can only work similar job to another carer position, even a full time. It's not possible. If it's possible, or shortage occupation only. But if you want to work in a restaurant as well, and if those restaurants have a license, and if they give you a course from this restaurant, then you can work two places. This restaurant, even though you're working maybe as a front manager, so you can work here 40 hours, you can work there 20 hours, but this employer must have a license. He has to give you another course to work as a manager, so you can work two places.
Oh.
40 hours there, 20 hours over there. And then, although it's a two different job, but you can work. So, but it has to be updated to the home office that you're working with two employer, two different job description, but it's possible.
But
So
they need to give the the same fee, like the first time you need to give the when you get the work permit. So it's a double
no,
fee.
no, no. You don't have to pay IHS fee. You don't have to pay a visa fee, because all you need, other employer has to give a course, and you can send it to the home office and update it to the home office other employer. And you can say, look, I've got a second, it's called secondary employment. One is supplementary employment, one is secondary employment. What is supplementary employment? Supplementary employment, which is government law, is if you are in a work permit holder, you can work 20 hours similar job or shortage occupation. Say for example, you are a manager of a restaurant, you can work another restaurant 20 hours as a manager, but you cannot work another restaurant as a chef, or you cannot work another restaurant as a waiter,
Okay.
because it's not a similar job. Or you can work shortage occupation. For shortage occupation, there's a list. So as a restaurant manager, if you work as a carer, you can work, you don't have to. But if you want to work, it's completely different from your SOC code, completely different from shortage occupation code. You can work provided this employer have a license and have issued a COS for you, and this COS has been updated to the home office, then you can work. So there
Oh.
are two different. And lots of people also ask me, oh, if I don't work, I can work another employer's full time as a carer. So then maybe I don't have to work full time to my employer the where I put license. No, first priority is the employer who brought you in 40 hours. Then second employer of the carer, you can work as many hours as you like. But first employer has, this is the priority. So if you don't work 40 hours, that's the problem. So ask your employer that give you more hour. If they don't, find another employer, change of the employment. But
I
it's
have
nothing.
the one question there related with that one. Like one is like the carer is a right to work is a 20 hour
Mhm.
for same jobs. The under the same you can extra work is but government website update is can be more than 20 hours.
Yeah,
So
it's up to August. It's a new law only for the carer position, uh, not only carer, healthcare position. That if you work on in any healthcare position, then you can work another employer similar healthcare position more than 20 hours
as many
until
as hour
August,
I want.
as many as hours you like. So imagine you work A employer, the licensed employer, 40 hours, then B employer, he might have a license, he might not have a license, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And he can recruit you, provide a similar position 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours, no problem at all. It's for only for healthcare position, not
Okay.
for other SOC code. So imagine a restaurant manager, if you think, oh, I can work another restaurant full time, no. Only for the healthcare visa, government made a special provision for those healthcare visa that you can work secondary another employer with another employer even more than 20 hours
Mm.
if you have a time and if you have energy.
Okay.
I mean to
So
work.
if anyone wants to same related question, if before I the arise the topic, I said I have a series of questions. So my another question is, if someone they switch from a student visa from here to work permit, so they're not coming from like the different countries. They want to to change their uh, like their employer. Like what is the procedure? They take the
So
license from the one employer, but they want to change it. So what is the procedure?
okay.
What
So
is the
okay, I got your point. So if they come as a carer, for example, and now the employer is not giving enough hour, or they don't like the employer, or they don't find this one is suitable for them. They don't like this job and things like this. I've got so many clients like this. They came as a carer, now they found a job in the travel industry. I've got one client even last week, he find the travel job is more rewarding. As a floor manager, he want to work, he can switch easily. This employer can give a course, but and then he can it's called change of employment. Although he came as a carer, if he got enough skill, and if the other employer liked him, who's got a sponsor license, he can go to these businesses. Or for example, a restaurant. Even I got one client who came as a carer, he became a chef of another restaurant,
Okay.
and restaurant brought him in. But the question is, the change of employment, employee has to pay the again IHS fee, again the visa fee, and the new employer has to pay the course fee, then visa change. But the IHS fee you paid for previous employer, you'll get refunded once you get the visa.
Okay.
Only the visa fee you not get refunded, because you can't pay double IHS fee. Maybe you paid 5 years IHS fee. Now after 6 months, you are changing the employer. So what will happen? You are paying another employer 5 years, it's fine, but you'll get 4 years IHS fee back.
Okay.
So imagine, so for care visa, normally there is no IHS fee anyway, so you won't get it back. But for another, for example, you came as a restaurant manager, and now you want to go to a travel manager, change of employment, then the IHS fee you paid, you'll get it refunded, because you can't pay double IHS fee. But the change of employment, that time, normally you cannot exchange the IHS fee. You have to pay first, then get it refunded. So for the change of employer, you have to pay the fee first, and then you can say, look, I have come from other employer, which where I have paid my IHS fee. Can you please refund? And Home Office normally refund your IHS fee once you change the employer.
Okay. So
You
my
can,
another question is, the same related questions, like, if someone asks like, my car's issues on a March 2023, but it shows in the course like 35 hour, and total salary is 200 480 pound. But is that, what is the requirement for? Is it 38 pound 38 hour is a requirement for, the get the settlement, or what is the right
no, no, no.
information?
No. The requirement is for settlement. There is uh, not a requirement. The used to be, there is a salary threshold to get a settlement. That until and unless you get this salary, you won't get settled. Okay, but now still the new law since post Brexit, which is started 2020, the 2025 people will complete their 5 years. Oh, everybody is in a middle of the position now, 2023 ongoing. So some people will complete their 5 years in uh, what is called, some people are asking question, we'll answer later on, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
The questions I'm seeing, like the people, like, we are getting your questions, but in the QA session, we'll answer all the questions.
okay. So yes. So some people. What was the question of yours? That
It's a
okay.
35
What will
hour.
happen? What will happen in the indefinite leave to remain
Yeah.
if whether I have to show 39 hours, whether I have to show 26,000 salary or 21,000 salary? This is this normal rule used to be that it has to be 26,200 or 25,600 under option A salary, because normally people come, if they come under shortage occupation list for 5 years, say 21,000, they should get settlement same 21,000 salary after 5 years, because government can't change. uh, Whoever comes with a law, even if they change for new law, for example, lots of people come under 25,600 rule. Now the change salary is 26,200 since April. So previous people's salary wouldn't does not have to match.
Okay.
They can stay with their old salary. So new
Yeah.
salary effective for the new employee who wants to come.
That's why
Old salary
so
for,
many people are getting confused. Like, should I need to change my salary? Yeah.
no, 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 no.
As
Because
it
this,
is always discussed, this is the right source for you're getting all the information in the right information. So
only the minimum wages, if somebody is paying you 10 pound 10 pence per hour on the, if the COS, and then if still they pay 10 pound 10 pence per hour, that means it's breaking the minimum wages rule. because minimum wages rule has changed now, is like £10.75. So if there is somebody paid by yearly basis, nothing to worry. If somebody paid by hourly basis, and if it's below minimum wages under employment law, then employer will adjust it. Because employer can't pay you below government minimum rule, salary rule. So this is a different rule. This is the employment law. Because if the minimum wages salary upgrade, but normally people who are cost said yearly salary, not to worry. You don't have to be extra. Your employer doesn't have to pay you extra to meet the requirement, or if any changes, they don't have to adjust, because you came the law which was that time, and you'll get a settlement the law which was at that time. So this is the most crucial point, because this country law doesn't apply for retrospective law. Even imagine if the law changed today, then
Yeah.
after 5 years you won't get indefinite leave to remain in the UK. If any skilled worker comes, people who already come, they can apply. They
Okay.
can't say no. People who already come, they can't apply. They can't say, because this is would be illegal. Because whatever expectation is called legitimate expectation. If you come with one rule, even the government closed this rule, but government opened the people this rule up until the people who last applicant who came into using this rule. Look at these lots of tier one people. Now tier one is no longer there, but tier one people still can apply using the old rule who completed their 5 years, because it's called probationary period. Government made it open, keep it open to fulfill their duties what the law was before. So
Okay.
don't worry about this. Retrospective law never apply. Everything if they close, still whoever came into the whatever rule it will continue. This is the most important one. 2 months.
Okay, so we already finished our first part is discussing our different topic. So this is our second part is a quick Q&A session. We already got so many questions, and we got so many questions. We already asked the we already discussed in our topic, but still will answer it. So this is the first questions. Mr. Luftur, can you read it so you can understand? So we
Yeah,
can.
I lost judicial review January 20. Will now till now I didn't get decision, but as Thursday my solicitor sent a message. This GR application is being currently considered by the court to know কত দিনের বাইরে আমি ডিসিশন পাবো। জানুয়ারি আমার রিফিউজ করছে থ্রি ফোর রিজন দেখিয়ে, বাট সাম অফ ইস ডিফেন্স 21 রিজন দেখিয়ে। এটা কেন, এটা কি ল ভিতরে হয়? Again, this is a complicated thing, because if I don't see your judicial review case, I can't answer. But as your solicitor said, January 2023, today is April, May, and if you lodged it, I don't know whether what you lodged, judicial review or administrative review. There are two different things. Judicial review is after you losing the administrative review. But if you lodge the judicial review, and it takes normally 2 to 3 months, 4 months to decision to comes up. So I think you'll get a decision very soon. But again, I can't answer properly, because obviously your solicitor knows more than me what is the case and what is the reason. So please excuse me about this, because end of the day, if I don't see the full case, why 21 reason and why 4 reason, I can't actually answer this one until and unless I see the whole case.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
this is the my second question is Rahman Shuhel. I'm an exciting client of Lutfur. I have a questions. I am holding a skilled worker visa. Can I do 10 hour on a petrol pump on fuel distribution? Please note my question.
Yeah, I know. But existing client have a skilled worker visa for what position? That's my question. If you got a distribution petrol pump visa as I said, similar job,
Hmm.
because say for example you are in a existing skilled worker visa for a restaurant chef, so but fuel pump you cannot. Or for example you came as a carer, you cannot work in a fuel pump distribution center, because it's not a similar job, and
Okay.
it's not even under shortage occupation list. So therefore, unfortunately, you cannot work. You can work only fuel station distribution center if you came as a skilled worker for another petrol pump distribution center, then you can only work. So again, as I explained before, it has to be similar job or shortage occupation. But I don't think petrol pump on fuel distribution is comes under shortage occupation list. so you are not allowed actually.
Okay. The second question is might be a business proposal. Is Jonathan Bank. Is a respected Lutfur Rahman sir. We are consulting platform connecting recruiter and manpower, mostly international. We deal with the teach professional and healthcare mostly. We have a great talent pool. We like to connect with your business proposal, the international recruitment Rizwan CEO.
I know. I got this so many proposal like this. As I explained to start with earlier on my starting page. I mean that actually I can't help this way because I'm trying to get like a we got one portal who is called WPC Jobs or Skill Worker. I'm trying to got some companies employment position who actually wishes to hire skill worker, but this is not my field at the moment yet because I don't have enough vacancy for the on behalf of employer. So my main business is model is now actually I assist the employer who need a staff and they find a staff for themselves. So as you are trying to liaise with me, got a talent pool, but how could I actually set this talent pool to the employer if the employer doesn't demand from me? So employer normally what I do, my business is I assist the employer to get the sponsor license and then they find the employee. I'm trying to get the business like if the employer demand me, give me some position of carer or something, then obviously I can liaise with you as you get lots of talent pool. But
Okay.
at the moment I don't have enough demand from the employer to me to hire people. That's why I don't think I cannot help you in these regards. I know lots of people are asking me, like you, even the individual client also asking me, please help me to take me to the UK, or I've got a this skill, I've got a be lots of people has a lots of enough skill. But as soon as I said, I have not got created a recruitment agency yet, whereas I can work on for employer demand. My demand is, as I always explain, I assist the employer to get the sponsor license, and I assist the employer's employee to bring into the UK. So I can't help you out. I mean, job banking company. I can't help you out this regards. So please, sorry, excuse me in this regards. But if I ever find an lots of vacancy in my job site, then obviously I'll contact with you and I'll make a contract, and you can that time you can supply a staff for me. Thank you.
Okay. The second question is Tabib Mahmood. Is a IELTS UK by academic 5, writing 5, reading 5, listening 5, and 4.5 speaking. Are
Yeah.
these are eligible for management work permit?
Sure, is eligible. It's eligible. Although it's academic, but as it's a UKVI, it's possible. And it's like four, minimum band is four for the work permit. So this is eligible to apply for the work permit, provided you find the employer.
Okay, congratulations, Talbi Mahmood.
Mhm.
So this is the another long questions. Can you read so we can understand, Mr. Lutfur?
Sayyid Ryan Masoom. Assalamu alaikum, sir. One of my brother came to the Uganda student visa last September. He's properly taking his class and exam in university. But the problem is that last month university is telling him that they are not satisfied with his result now. He's get counting his 60 days. In that time he got a sponsorship from a restaurant and applied in it. His biometric date is 9th of May. My question is, as he's counting his 60 days visa, is there any risk to get switch his visa? Okay. Telling him that they are not satisfied, and he's not counting his 60. He's get counting his 60 days. In that time, he got a sponsorship from a restaurant and applied in it. Okay. Since he applied, don't worry about the 60 days.
Mm.
So even if somebody get a 60 days, on 59 days, if somebody got secured a sponsorship license, sponsorship and applied, then even if 60 days over, it doesn't matter. If the application takes 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, you are staying legally into the UK, because until and unless your work permit application is decided, you are staying legally. Your visa stayed as previous status. So don't worry about this. As your question said, he already applied for a restaurant sponsorship. Then even if 60 days over, not to worry, because it's already application done. So that's it. It doesn't matter when the 60 days finished or not. He doesn't have to get the visa within 60 days. Once you applied, that's finished, job done.
Okay. So Syed Raihan Masoom, please share this the news with your friends and family, everyone, because you need to worry. And Mr. Sufyan, my second question is, so স্যার আমি কেয়ার ভিসার জন্য সাবমিট করি বিএফএস এ 29 জানুয়ারি, পরে এডিশনাল আক্স করে ওয়ার্ক এক্সপিরিয়েন্স সার্টিফিকেট 19 জানুয়ারি আমি সাবমিট করি, 24 ফেব্রুয়ারি আজ আমার 3 মান্থ 10 ডেজ হয়ে গেছে, এখন পর্যন্ত কোনো আপডেট নাই। এখন কি আমার ভিসা হবে স্যার? এত লং টাইম নিচ্ছে, যে অফিস হবে কি প্লিজ জানাবেন। উনি আসলে
Yes,
অডিট অনেক টাইম লাগতেছে, এইজন্য আসলে
yes,
নিয়ে একটু টেনশন
I
করে।
got it. I got the question. This is my another advice to everyone. If the experience is genuine, don't worry about this because they are inquiring it, and that's why it's taking time. But if the experience is not genuine, you have done something experience which you brought some certificate from somewhere where you didn't work, then it's the biggest worry. Worry is if those the experience letter is not verified, and the home office sometimes query about this, and that's why they're taking time. And if they find out that you made it up, this reference letter or this experience letter, then you not only get visa get refused, you'll get 10 years banned as well. So therefore experience letter is very important. As you said, you provided in February, and I'm sure home office is inquiring about this, and that's why it's taking time. Because once you give a experience letter, and carer visa actually doesn't need a experience letter, the training is enough. Some employer even wrote a letter that yes, I'll take this staff with proper training, I don't need experienced staff, and I'll give them a proper training once they come. That's enough. But as you provided, be careful, they will inquire about, and that's why it's taking time. And if they are satisfied, then you'll get the visa. What you can do, you can do a paid complaint, which is £2.50 or something. You pay to the BFS and ask them why they are not making the decision. Then they will reply you, and then what's the condition. Or you can make a complaint even to the home office site that I haven't get the answer. Then you'll inform you. So it happens sometimes. I'm sure as you provided the experience, that's why it's taking time.
Okay. Salbi Mo said he got the answer and he said, "Thanks, my dear brother. May Allah bless you." Okay,
Thank
that's
you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
for you guys, it's
Yeah.
just helping you get the right information. It's totally free, and you just need to just ask your questions and get the right information. And
Yeah.
please do share with your friends and family this live. And the second question is, says Sami Isuf Jamili said, "May I work 20 hours anywhere without employer by tier to visa?"
Without.
Yeah, without tier to visa. May I work 20 hours anywhere without employer by tier to visa?
Yes, you can work any employer who doesn't have even tied to license. So, but the question, as again I explained, you have to work similar position. So, if you are a restaurant manager, you can work another restaurant as a manager. You cannot work another care visa, care position. Sorry, not care is a shortage occupation. You can work, but you cannot work like another restaurant as a chef, because it has to be similar position, a similar industry. Then you can work. But those places, if they don't have a license, no worry, because you are, but it has to be similar job or shortage occupation, then only you can work 20 hours.
Okay. So this is another question from Sirajur Rahman. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Hope you and your experienced team member are all well. Please give me some idea what kind of questions are asked in the immigration.
I know Shazir Rahman, he's maybe last week we gave him a good news or something, and that's why he's asking, he's getting ready to come to the UK.
Hey.
We are ready to welcome you, but the question is, don't worry about this. They will ask you how, normally they don't ask, first thing, because the home office, you got a COS valid, you got a work permit valid, everything valid, and they will see you, and they said, they sometimes they ask, would ask you who has come to collect you. You might say my friend or whoever, whatever comes to you, and they ask what is the position of you and who is your employer. So if they ask any question, they will ask based on your COS, which is you know very well, certificate of sponsorship, your job description, your salary. So read it out what it is. And sometimes they ask you how did you find the job, again go back to your recruitment. The recruitment team has you applied and they hired you and all those documents you have. So, and if they ask, do you have any experience? If you did not provide any experience, just say, I've got a training and I've done the training, that's why I got the work permit, and that's it. But normally, as I rest assure, 99% case they don't ask any question. They're just to see your face and the passport and the COS, because in the computer on the immigration department only the COS comes to them, and they will see it, and that's it. So you have to know your employer. No means you have to know where you are coming from, who is coming, who is collecting, what's your job decision. Basic things, not difficult things. It's not like an interview style question. It's only 2 3 minutes. Don't worry about this. And one thing I can rest assure, none of my client been returned from airport. None of my clients. So don't worry about this. You will be coming. So this is like
It's a
not
great
a big deal.
congratulations, Mr. Lutfur.
So don't worry about this. You'll come,
Okay,
and
so
we'll welcome you once you come to the UK.
okay, so
Thank you.
this is the end of our the live with Lutfur this session. The next session we'll get some the really surprising. It will be really surprising. We got so many new surprise for you guys. So keep watching live with Lutfur and share this live with everyone. So last part, Mr. Lutfur, do you want to add something else?
Now, thank you very much, everyone who are watching this one. Please share it more. And as I said, please bear. I can't answer everyone. Out of this program, when you call me and text me, actually I can't answer everything. But obviously, I made myself available, and Mr. Ifti also. Thank you very much for your time as well. Regardless of everything, our weekend we sacrificed for you, and I hope that it helps the community, it helps other people, and I'll keep
Mr.
continue
Lutfur,
to.
before we finish, the last we got, I think it's very important questions. We already discussed it, our last episode, but he asked again. Is Mr. Raihan Masoom, my brother applied for the Swedish visa from student to work visa, but he didn't provide any NOC. What will be happen if the Home Office asks for the NOC for the university? So this is the viral video of Mr. Luftu. If you go to our our any social media, you'll see a video. There is no rule, no the law for like a university have to be give the NOC and Home Office will be applied. So Mr. Luftu, just the very
Yeah,
few
as I said, don't confuse. This is NOC. There is no requirement to give NOC. Even if the Home Office asks, give the NOC, you will give the reason why you change. How did you find the employer, and you are changing these sort of things, and they have to give a visa. So the NOC is not a requirement. Sometimes Home Office might raise your intention doubt that you came and you didn't study, you didn't pay the fee, things like this. It in some rare cases they do, but if they refuse, still you can lodge a judicial review even, because this is not a requirement. So that's why don't worry about this. Don't be prejudged with those sort of things. The NOC, I think as it is comes. If they comes, then you'll give a reply accordingly. But don't preoccupy your mind that an NOC is mandatory and NOC is required. It's not like this. So this case by case, and if it happens, and as I said on my interview, on my other interview, that if the Home Office refused based on this, not to provide the NOC, you can go to the court all the way, because government has not changed their law yet, that NOC is part of one of the requirement. They haven't done it yet. So don't worry about this.
I hope you all already got your answer. But we still, the getting so many questions. So we'll ask all the questions. We'll answer all the questions in our next episode. So we'll, guys know next episode is when is coming. And as you told you, like, guys, next episode there'll be a surprise. So keep
Mm.
watching live with Luftu. And
Yes.
this is the end of our this episode. So thank you guys for
Thank you
joining.
very much. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you for joining us and enjoy your day. Assalamu alaikum.
So, thank you.